So today we're doing lesson 61. It is the last lesson in this packet, and we're working on calculator tricks. You can use these for multiple choice questions. You can see that I have steps here. There's multiple, okay, I don't want to keep using the word multiple, but there's different ways to do a calculator trick. And honestly, I'm not loving this trick this way. So we're going to change things up. And the reason why is because you can use the way I'm going to show you for so many other problems. So the first step, you're going to take your problem and put it or type it into the Y1 section. So you go to Y equals, type that problem in. Now here's the thing. Your problem, and you can already see my correct answer, those two things are equivalent. That means they're the same thing. So what happens is when you graph two things that are equivalent, the graphs are the same. So what you're going to do is check your graphs. So I put the problem into Y1. Let's say the correct answer is the matching graph. You can use this trick if the problems are too tricky, hard. You can use this trick to check your work. A lot of people are very resistant to using tricks, and I was one of them, but it's a great way to check your work. So now here's the second step. Type each option into Y2. And you want to do this one at a time. And I'll show you why in a minute. And then the last thing, you just look to see which one's matched. That's your answer. So pause this video. I'm going to pause it on my side, and then we will come back and I'll show you how to do this with a graph. One note, I'm doing this at home, so you're not going to see the school graphing calculator, but this can be used on the school graphing calculator, or you can use the Desmos graphing calculator. Actually, before I pause my video, I'll show you how I get there. I just go to Desmos on Google, but what I've done is I use it so much at home, I bookmarked it. So I hit this. Actually, maybe I won't pause it. So here is where you type in your problem. See how there's a little one here? This is like your Y equals button. So I'm just going to type in my problem, x squared, and I'm just using a keyboard to type this. Okay. Neat thing about Desmos is I have a regular mouse and I'm just scrolling out. You can scroll in, you can move, you can move it around, you can do whatever you want. Whoops, not that one. Oh man, I lost my key. Hold on, now I have to pause it. Okay, I got my key back. So I typed in the problem. Now, where'd my key go? I'm going to type in each problem. You can see that my answer is 3. But I'm going to start with that one first so you can see what the wrong answer looks like. X minus 4, parentheses, x plus 6. So I come down here. So the reason why in the notes I said do it one at a time, if you put all 4 answers or possibilities into this graph, it would just look like a scribbly mess and you wouldn't know which is which. Now you can see my red and my blue, they don't line up. This one's not the answer. So let me go back. I'm going to try number 2, which we know is not the answer, but what the heck. Let me get rid of that. So I'm going to type in x minus 4 and x minus 6. minus 4. And that's not the answer either. See, here's my green, there's my big old red one. So let's type in the correct answer now, x minus 12 and then x plus 2. Oh, do you see that? I can show you this in Desmos. There's my original. Hopefully you can see that it's red. Okay. Now when I click this one, it goes right over it. So that's why that's my answer. Whoops. Sorry, folks. One thing for number 2, it says the word and. It just means those two are touching each other. Another thing I want to point out before you work on this, look at number 4. It says David correctly factored this expression right here. Which expression did he write? See how there's M's? Just type in the letter X. Okay, whether you're doing it on Desmos or whether you're doing it on our calculators at school, you would still go to y equals, but you would type x squared minus 12x minus 64. Okay, and same for these. I would type x minus 16 and x plus 4. Doesn't matter what letter they put in the problem, your calculators only recognize the x. So if you guys have questions, please ask. This is a great trick to use to either get the multiple choice answer or to check your work, whether it's multiple choice or like a show your work problem. So please practice this. And as always, ask questions if you have them.